All right, guys, welcome back. We are here finally with Sebastian Shaw testing for Professor X. Now, I have multiple different requests for different team comps to try with Sebastian Shaw. So we're going to be going through multiple different team comps, the ones that have been requested and a few other ones. Now, we're only going to be going on the very last node because it's the only node that's difficult at all. So even though we're going to be doing multiple teams, this video will not be super long. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are excited about the 5th member of the Hellfire Club. And if I did not test a comp that you were curious about, let me know in the comments and I will jump in and get it done for you and let you know if it's something that will work for you. So, let's go ahead and dive in and get rolling. All right, so the first team comp that we have is going to be Madeline, LDS, Omega Sentinel, and our buddy Nimrod. Now, a couple things to note. Sebastian Shaw is 3 red. I am making him a fortifier to help try to keep him alive. All of the Orcus members are 3 diamonds. And Madeline, I believe, is 7 red. Let's check her out. Let's pull her out and jump down just to make sure. No, Madeline's actually 3 diamonds too. So everyone's 3 diamonds except for Shaw, who is 3 red. So with that being said, let's jump in and see how this goes. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's very rare that it seems that we have a character release on Friday. So it's kind of interesting. All right, let's jump in here, and we'll kind of go through his kit as we're playing through this testing. All right, so we're starting off with LDS. We are going to target Doctor Strange so that she hits all 4 of them. So let's get in here. All right, very good. Okay, Sebastian Shaw. First thing we're going to check out is his passive. All right, on spawn, gain taunt. Bury yourself for 30% of this character's max health. If this character has 3 or more Hellfire Club allies, gain charged. We're not going to be dealing with any of the charged because we do not have 3 extra Hellfire Club members to use. When an enemy attacks this character, gain charged and apply charge to a random Emma Frost ally. Fill speed bar by 5% for that Emma Frost. When this character drops below 50% max health, bury yourself for 10% of this character's max health. Fill the speed bar of a random Emma Frost by 50%. So, if you're not catching on to it, him and Emma Frost are going to pair well together. While this character has charged, gain 20% damage, 200% resistance, 500% focus, 15% damage reduction, up to a maximum of 80% damage reduction. This character cannot gain exposed, vulnerable, or heal block, and this character cannot have their speed bar reduced. That's pretty substantial if he has charged. All right, currently he does not. So let's take a look at his attacks. Attack primary target for 330% damage. If charged, apply stun. That's fantastic. However, he is not charged. The special, clear all barrier on all enemies. Attack all enemies for 350% damage. If charged, damage is increased by 125%. If this character has 3 or more Hellfire Club allies, apply heal block for 2 turns, defense down for 2 turns, and reduce the speed bar by 5% on all enemies. Gain taunt. Bury yourself and all Hellfire Club allies for 30% of this character's max health. Apply defense up for 2 turns, safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Hellfire Club members. Fill speed bar of Emma Frost by 35% yet again. While charged, this attack is unavoidable. Of course, we are not charged. We're not going to get the value of hardly any of that stuff, but let's go ahead and use the special. Pretty cool animation. The only thing that's not fantastic is he's going to be gaining taunt, and I don't know how well he's going to survive. So let's just jump in here and find out. All right. Hopefully we got a stun out there. We did on Emma, which is great. All right. Let's get in here with Nimrod. All right. We've got ability block on Shadow King. Hopefully we can get rid of these ancient ones before they ruin our day. Okay. Pretty good sustainability on Sebastian for being 3 red. All right, let's get in here. Yeah. No problem at all. He did a fantastic job of staying alive. All right, his ultimate. Kinetic Retaliation. Attack primary target for 375% piercing. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 375% piercing. If charged, which he is, damage is increased by 150%. This attack ignores defense up. While charged, this attack is unavoidable. Now, one other thing to note, on his basic, since he is charged, he can stun. So, let's go ahead and do that for the fun of it. All right. And let's go ahead and get rid of him. We've been playing around with him long enough. All right. So, good news for the viewer who requested that team comp. It worked great. All right. So now we are going to go on to the next team comp. All right. And that team comp is going to be LDS, Madeline, Shaw, Omega Red Phoenix Force, and Agatha. All right. So we're going to jump in here with this team comp, see how well it does. Let's get after it. I would absolutely love for all of these team comps to work. That would be great. All right, same thing. We're going to go after Doctor Strange here with LDS. All right, we are going to go ahead and use his special. That's really cool animation. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use our special with Omega Red. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Agatha's ult. All right. That wasn't great because it put barrier back on all of them, and we really need to get rid of the ancient ones before they go, or we're probably going to get wrecked. And Shadow King is going again. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to... we're going to have to figure out a way to get rid of Shadow King before he takes a turn. So let's go at that one more time. All right, let's go. It's unfortunate that we can't stun Shadow King, but we cannot. So maybe we're going to go all in and just start with attacking him straight on. Okay. Okay. We may be able to get rid of Shadow King with her attack. Let's see. Ooh, that was close. It was close. One Ancient One has already went. So let's see if we can survive the ping from Shadow King. If we can, we may be okay. Except for he's going again already, which isn't great. Okay. All right. I just don't know if this team is going to have enough power to kill Shadow King before he wrecks us. We're going to switch LDS to a striker and see if that can get us the extra damage. Let's find out. It might make a difference. I don't know if it's going to make that big of a difference, but I'm willing to try. I wonder. Let's try to go after this Ancient One over here. Okay. Man, I'll tell you what. Sebastian's got some sustain now. All right, let's see how this goes. Did she have blind? All right. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through it with this. We're going to go at Shadow King one more time. And if this doesn't work, then I'm going to take the stance that this might not be a good team comp to try. Okay. And 30%. Yeah, I don't think I want him gaining taunt. All right. All right, we lost LDS. We're going to switch her back to a Raider and try going after him one more time, and hopefully the extra damage from the striker attack from Omega might give us the capability to get Shadow King killed. That's the last thing I could possibly think of trying here. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to move on to the next team. Okay, we need to get some vulnerables out there. All right, very good, we did. We are not going to attack him because I want to save those vulnerables. All right, let's get this striker attack on Shadow King. I think we might be better off to stun her. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the defense up off of Shadow King. All right, perfect. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stun her. And now we're going to use his ult and hopefully get rid of everyone. Okay, very good. So essentially, instead of using Madeline's special and attacking everyone, by using her basic and taking the defense up off of Shadow King, it weakened him. Perfect. So it's probably going to take several resets, but I think you can get through. So that team comp can work. Just be prepared to be a little patient. All right, now we are moving on to more team comps. And if you were curious, we are going to be doing team comps with the 3 Hellfire Club members. And a couple extra people. Now, I have had multiple requests to do it with no Orcus. So I think we'll go ahead and start out with using Omega Red and Agatha. Okay. So, I think some of this stuff now is going to be giving Emma speed bar. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, that's absolutely not going to, but let's just go ahead and go. All right, let's get slow out there on everyone. Okay. Let's go ahead and go after Shadow King. We've got defense up everywhere. I think I want to go ahead and stun this ancient one. All right. Let's go ahead and use her special. Hit everyone. Okay. Let Agatha go to work a little bit. All right. All right, there goes Agatha. This team may be a little tricky. I really want to have a fortifier on Sebastian with him being 3 red, but I think we're going to make him a raider. Because we need to get a vulnerable on Shadow King so that Omega is going to be hitting him with his striker attack, which is pretty freaking deadly. So let's try that, making him a... Did I do that or did I just jump in? I didn't do it. I talked about it, but I didn't do it. So we're going to back out real quick. All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and actually change his ISO over to Raider instead of, just talking about it. All right. So let's make him a Raider. See if we can get some vulnerables out there on Shadow King so that our good buddy Omega Red can slap him around a little bit. Okay. Okay, great. We do have some vulnerables out there. Let's not erase any of them on any of the big characters. Okay. Let's get rid of Shadow King's defense up. Let's see. Okay, great. We're going to apply blind over here because she's getting ready to take a turn. And we're going to eliminate all their positive effects. And that worked out fantastically. Okay, he is charged. Ignores defense up. I just don't think he's going to do much damage. Let's go ahead and do it anyway. What in the world? Wow. It did way more damage than I was expecting. Okay, very good. We got there with Omega Red. All right. So it did end up working again using Madeline's basic on Shadow King instead of her special. Ended up making a big difference. All right. Sebastian's stain power is almost incredible at 3 red. He's going to be really, really hard to kill whenever you get him up to in the diamond range. Okay, so now we are going to drop out Agatha, and we are going to bring in who? Oh, I did get this request. A lot of people are not wanting to bring up Namor because of the gear requirement. So we're going to use Leader and Iron Patriot with them and see how this goes. All right. We're going to not target Shadow King. Or actually, we are. And we're going to put some more vulnerables out there. Okay. Let's go ahead and get slow out there. Let's get the striker attack and the assists. Okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and use her special now. That killed everyone but Shadow King. I think that will probably be okay for us. All right, let's go ahead and blind our good buddy Shadow King and kill him at the same time. Man, I'm pretty impressed with Sebastian Shaw. I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty impressed. All right. So that worked awesome. And let's check and see if there's anything else that we want to test real quick before we finish this thing up. Let's see. We could go ahead and throw in a couple Orcus options. LDS. Let's try LDS and Taskmaster. See how that goes. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get slow out there. And now let's go ahead and blind everyone. All right. Let's go ahead and use her special. That's probably going to be the end of us, because Shadow King's about to start getting a bunch of turn meter and probably going to wear us out. Yes, absolutely did. All right. Let's see if there's any other teams that we want to try real quick. Not really. I really don't see anything else that looks interesting. Maybe we'll throw Nimrod in here, and this will be the final one that we test. And again, guys, if there's any other options that I did not test that you want me to test out, obviously it doesn't have to require all three of them, but there's an endless supply of different options, and this video could be 4 hours long. If I did not test something that you're hoping to be able to use, let me know in the comments. I will definitely let you know if it's going to work. All right, well, let's jump in here for our last testing of this video and get going here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get slow out there. All right, let's, I think I'd like to get ability block on one of the ancient ones, so we're going to go ahead and focus there. And let's see, this should get rid of Emma at the very least, I would hope. Hoping didn't do anything. Okay, we've got Nimrod stunned, which is not good for us at all. And probably Shadow King getting ready to go again. Yes. So that's going to be a wrap. All right. So that team comp doesn't look too promising. All right. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I'm excited about Sebastian Shaw being in the game. I'm very excited to start playing around with the Hellfire Club full team. See what their capabilities are. Obviously, we're not going to really do a whole lot during U32. But as the next season starts of Crucible, I'm going to be very interested to see what their capabilities are in Crucible. And I hope you guys really enjoyed the video as well. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe. If you are not, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a video. And of course, because I forget most of the time, we do have a Discord. It is linked in the description. You're more than welcome, and we'd love to have you. If you think your friends or alliance mates would get some value out of this, make sure you share it with them. And until the next video, you know the drill. Stay positive and enjoy the game, guys.